That's easy to do. You just don't expose fossil carbon to direct atmospheric combustion at a rate greater than terrestrial vegetation and aquatic plankton and algae and cyanobacteria can pull it out and fix it. Doesn't mean you can't use the carbon. You just don't burn it unless you have to. And when you do, you ensure that an equivalent amount gets pulled back out of the atmosphere. Duh. Clever Nobel Prize winning economists, going back to Kenneth Boulding and Herman Daly, have argued about the need to create a steady state economy, what they call a spaceship economy or spaceman, spacewoman economy, instead of a cowboy economy. When they wrote about this steady state over half a century ago, they didn't mean stagnant. They really meant one where economic growth didn't grow the amount of pollution on the land, in the rivers and lakes, the streams and seas, and in the atmosphere. They posited a world where a circular economy was growing instead, a zero waste economy where the circle kept growing, eventually into outer space where the truest spaceship economy would have to prevail. Greenhouse gases, you see, are waste. They represent wasted materials and wasted opportunities. Carbon and nitrogen not fixed in soil and food, and methane not decomposed into the carbon cycle part of the life cycle are horrendous dead weight losses to society that unfortunately are just light enough to make it up to the stratosphere where they act like that window in the living room. But the answer is really simple. As even a young Greta Thunberg has repeatedly said during the worldwide political protest she started, the Fridays for Future.
The symbolism of the school strike is that since you adults don't give a damn about my future, I won't either. Why should we care for our future when we might not have one? And why should we bother to learn facts when facts don't matter in this society? It's absurd that young people will have to skip school and risk their own education because they are scared of not having a future. And I think that is a very strong message.
In fact, here's a picture of me attending one of those protests with my son in Germany a couple of years ago. He and his generation get it. Greta's right answer to the exam question, how do you keep global warming from getting worse, was simply don't put any more greenhouse gases in our air, and then draw them down. That's it, done, easy peasy. But politically, it pissed a lot of people off.